Hi, I'm Brenda Newport. I'm one of the senior midwives in the state of Ohio. I've been practicing for over 44 years, and I've been a certified professional midwife, a CPM, for almost 22 years. That's almost as long as it's been available. I did not get my CPM because I thought licensing would be part of that. I got it because when I started, there weren't many workshops or colleges or training for midwives like myself. We were very few and far between. When the CPM issue came up, I wanted the accountability and I wanted the chance to be able to continue training and feel like I would be on top of my game. Unfortunately, there are now a few people in this state who are wanting the CPM to be the standard for getting a license in Ohio. They're not leaving the CPM as the license. They want the CPM to be added and attached to whatever the nursing board wants. In the last 44 years, I can give you multiple examples of the nursing board and the medical board in the state of Ohio who have tried to make us illegal or restrict what we can and cannot do. Not because they thought it was unsafe, but in a lot of cases it was because of profit, because they didn't like not being in control of a birthing woman's body. We always hear that phrase, my body, my choice. Why doesn't it account for birthing mothers? They're not trying to abort their baby. They're not doing anything dangerous. They are in fact hiring a very trained, very experienced, competent midwife in order to have the best birth they can have at home. The medical journals actually say in multiple places, a home birth with a trained midwife is as safe or safer than a hospital birth with a doctor. That's because a woman to begin with is safer, and her safe place, her security place is in her own home, surrounded by her loved ones, her partner, her husband. When she goes to a hospital, all of those things are negated, and the fear and the stress build up, and then complications can follow. It's very easy to show that extra stress and nervousness and fear cause more pain, and more pain causes more fear. You get in a cycle that we don't see at home. Mothers who have home births are well educated. They have researched and prayed about it, and they want to have the best birth that is important to them. I'm a Christian midwife. I have been saved by Jesus Christ. He is the one and only Lord and Savior of my life. The law that is trying to be passed actually gives an exemption for religious midwives, but there's a few clues on that nobody talks about. In other states where they've had a religious exemption, eventually that exemption disappears. And I'm telling you that not all parents want to have a licensed midwife. They want someone who is more susceptible and sensitive to their way of life. If you want to have CPMs as a license, then you need to make it voluntary. Right now, the law says if you don't become licensed CPM under the nursing board, it can be a felony charge. That essentially throws under the bus every mom we have ever helped. In almost all of the states that have passed the CPM as the licensing standard in their states, except for the exemption of Utah, they make CPMs required to be licensed. It also means that in many states, they have to have a doctor sign off for whatever kind of birth they want to have at home first. Doctors don't want to be responsible or in the lives of midwives. They want us illegal. That means in all these other states, a mom who has a breech baby but is otherwise low risk, or twins and is otherwise low risk, or a VBAC, which is very low risk compared to a repeat cesarean section, that's major surgery. They are no longer allowed to do those births at home. You are therefore throwing under the bus the very mothers that need our help the most. Voluntary license works in Utah. The CPMs who want to be licensed can do so, but the traditional midwives and the CPMs not wanting licensing are free to continue practicing as we always have. Remember, Ohio doesn't have a midwife problem. There's nothing to fix. Thank you.